What is going on, everybody? What is going on, D Catch fam? Hope everyone is doing phenomenal tonight, man. Hope everyone is having a great Thursday. You guys already know what time it is, baby. It's another live 2022 fantasy football mock draft with you guys, with the Catch fam. We got Steven in the building. What's going on, my dude?
Nothing much, man. Getting pumped. Got my guy JT on with the number one pick. You know that's who I'm targeting right now, man. Gotta love me some Jonathan Taylor, dude. We got football back, man. Titans, Pats. We were just talking about Malik Willis. I was looking at stats from last year's, just struggling about no cable now, man. Gosh, what a change up in life, right? The no cable life. Got to get those adjustments like your YouTube TV.
Yeah, Willis looks good, man.
Yeah,
but since I don't have that game in my area, I'm not exactly sure like who's in a defense for the Ravens and who's not, and if there's starters and if there's not starters. So, I don't know who he's playing against. I don't know if he's playing against good players or not, but he does look good for what it's worth.
Yeah, I think the Ravens' defense is going to be better this year. I think they're deeper too, for sure. So
they're healthy too.
Yeah. Shit, last year their whole team was basically on IR last year. They were like the 49ers. So I know I mentioned in one of the comments about defenses earlier this offseason, just talking about how I really thought that the Ravens were going to be a good long-term defense. I mean, they have always been so good. I forgot about Marcus Peters, bro. That guy's such a beast, man. The game is just more fun to watch with Marcus Peters.
I do like Marcus Peters. Yeah,
he's a lot of fun, man.
For sure.
He's a lot of fun. He's like the Randy Moss of defensive backs.
It's an interesting comparison.
Well, he always makes like the most wild interceptions, like the most like spectacular plays. Like he's such a ball hawk, dude.
I am a Peters fan for sure. All right, so let's see here. Let's go ahead and set the draft order. We'll try and give everyone some time to get in here as well. There you go. So we got Thornton scoring a touchdown for the Patriots. So we got the Giants starters on the opening drive. So Kenny Golladay, 2 red zone targets, no touchdowns. Danny Dimes actually looked all right tonight. The offensive line looked pretty decent for what it's worth, and Saquon got a lot of touches, but nothing like, the Patriots defense is playing much better against the run as opposed to against the pass, at least to start the game. So, like I said, I don't have the Ravens Titans game in my area, so I really only got to watch the Patriots Giants game. So,
John, did I doubt it, but did Tony suit up?
Kadarius Toney, no.
Yeah, I didn't think so.
The only receiver I recognized was Kenny Golladay.
Yeah, and dude, like, would you be surprised if like Golladay was another team? I think his contract's like set up so that like they couldn't cut him probably, but
well, he looks like he's someone Daniel Jones wants to target.
Yeah, I feel like I heard over the offseason that Kenny Golladay has still like expressed like a struggle to get like a good chemistry with him. And I know last year that was a massive issue, that they were having like chemistry issues, and Golladay was just a sore in terms of he was just not a good asset to have. So I'm just wondering like when it's going to be kind of like game over for Golladay and the Giants. I mean, dude, just like flashback a couple of years, who would have thought, right? Leaving the Lions would be bad for him. Back in the day, man, when the Lions sucked so bad, but they had Marvin Jones and Kenny Golladay, and they were both great fantasy assets.
Didn't they have they had another receiver in there too, but that's besides the point. But I keep forgetting that all offseason that he played 14 games last season.
That's what, dude. Like
it feels crazy. Like he like goes out the whole year. But
no, that was Kadarius Toney. Everyone loved it, but yeah.
And Sterling Shepard is starting the year on the PUP list.
Yeah,
which is a huge bummer, dude.
Well, yeah, because
I think it's Robinson might be the guy to have, dude.
Yeah, dynasty-wise, I definitely think that's where the value is, because I think, and this hurts me because I do love Kadarius Toney, but I genuinely feel like the way this is going to play out, and I think you probably agree, is that Toney is just going to be a flash in the pan, and nothing's really going to really come forward out of this long term. And then a guy like Wandale Robinson, who's very similar to Tony athletically and size, I think he could come in here and do it.
We've never been really big fans of Tony.
I love him as a man. Like I just feel like Tony is fun. Like Tony, look at that dude. Tony is just a fun guy, dude. But he's just, I don't know if he's going to be somebody that really can be banked on. I mean, you're getting him in what, like the 9th, 10th round now. So
I mean, you had this stretch against the Saints and the Cowboys.
It's a pretty crazy stretch, bro. People are still talking about it a year later.
Tampa Bay, but yeah, I was really against going after Tony like on waiver wires. I did, ran the waiver videos last season, and this wasn't a guy for me. And I don't know, I got something right last year. I didn't get a lot right, but I got the Tony thing right. 420 receiving yards. Look at that. So yeah, Barkley, didn't look bad, didn't look great, just didn't have a lot to work with. Looked like, but I think Brightwell was getting a ton of touches, dude.
That's
for what it's worth.
Interesting.
Yeah. So, and I'm telling you, man, Danny Dimes looked all right out there, man. Had some good passes.
Dude, he was good for fantasy last year. He was on multiple streaming weeks for last season in fantasy football. I feel like he was a quarterback we threw in there quite a bit.
We threw him in there hoping he would recapture that match.
Dude, no, but that's what I'm saying. Yeah, like don't try to knock it, bro. We were riding high on Danny D for a little bit.
High on the Danny D, but
I mean, the guy had a higher rating than Lamar Jackson for you for like a few weeks, dude. And I remember you were talking about it, dude.
This game versus Washington should have been like a 40-point game. He had that massive rushing touchdown call back, and I forgot he dropped the game-winning pass in the game as well. But I mean, he's been a name that's come up in underdog drafts as well. So, anyways, there's some quick opinions on the Giants for you guys. Tonight's preseason action. Let's see who's in the live chat. Let's see what's popping, guys. Hit that like button on the way in, guys. Hit that subscribe button. Of course, if you're new to the channel, hop in the live chat. Let us know what's popping, guys. So we got JMH in the building. What's up? What's up? Hello.
JMH.
Derek in the house was good. Andrea, hello. Smokey says Malik's looking good while Pickett is going after Rudolph. Shake my head. Oh,
yeah, I don't understand the Steelers depth chart. That's kind of been the case for a little bit. That he's been at 3 makes no sense. I hate Mason Rudolph, dude. I literally hate him.
Maybe they're trying to make him earn.
They're trying to haze him. Are they trying to haze him?
But I do think like some of these coaches are trying to make their players really earn a spot. Like at the end of the preseason, they're going to be moved up, but they don't want to just hand it to them. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So, and Mason Rudolph's okay, man. Why hate
dude? What are you talking about? Don't say it.
Rudolph's cool, man. Albert, what's up, bro? Emil in the house, hello. J Dubs, what's good? What's good? Name the last great wide receiver in the Giants. Plaxico Burress. I mean, I guess Odell when he was still there.
Yeah.
Shout out to Plaxico Burress, though. Right? What's up, Steven Joe? Hot take: Tyrod Taylor ends up starting for the Giants by week 5. Yeah, he was moving around out there, dude. You know who else is playing all right tonight, Steven?
Who?
At the quarterback position for the Ravens.
Yeah. Oh, no.
Our boy Tyler Huntley. Yeah.
Oh no. He could be good, man. He's a good trade asset too, I feel like. Do you think about
they better not trade him? He's the perfect backup for that team.
He's the perfect backup. I don't think they would trade him until Lamar got an actual contract extension, but I just feel like I don't know, man. Maybe the league with how they feel mobile quarterbacks or how they treat them anyways. But I mean, I would so much rather have him than Carson Wentz or Baker Mayfield and I put a lot of respect on Baker Mayfield. I put a lot of respect on Baker Mayfield, but
I'm surprised he said that.
Yeah, but I would actually like Huntley a little bit more because I think he's got more upside. Like I feel like there was more to him, like that we just didn't get to see. But I also feel like he just fit that system so well, so he might not thrive in a different offense. And I kind of agree with Lamar Jackson too.
Sorry. My bad. I'm sending a text. How does Baltimore look? I don't really feel like they had a lot of starters out there. Okay, let's see here. Hunt to the Ravens and let's see. Okay, so Julian says, are we still waiting on people for League 3? I was just about to bring that up. League 3 is actually completely filled. So I'm going to set the draft order for you guys. And who are we missing? Are we missing anybody? All right, well, let's go ahead and let's do this first because I know you guys want me to do this. But yeah, my brother did join today, so shout out to Joey. Thank you for joining. We can finally set. Wait,
It still says Teams-12, dude.
wait. On my phone it says he's joined.
Is that not loading now?
Oh wait, no, I was thinking of League 2, not 3. Oh no, I had the wrong league. It's League 2. Sorry, Julian. League 2 is ready to go. Which means I also need to. I just texted my brother the wrong draft date. Hold on. Now I gotta tell him, and then I'll set this draft order for you guys. Oh, oops.
Looking at J-Dub's counter offer while you're going to do that. I'm really trying to look at these first round offers I got on the board here. Spencer got me into trouble with that last year.
All right, how do I did this last night. And then we'll get going with this mock draft. I know we're like way behind on schedule. We've just been chatting and hanging out.
J-Dubs, your counter offer is interesting. Interesting. I'm gonna think about it a little bit more.
Okay, I set the time. That's right. Okay, so this is the 22nd at. I don't have to type this part in. 11 p.m. All right, if you're in League 2, pay attention. You're getting your draft order. Let's go. 60 seconds. And there you go. Senior Cinnabon is at 1.1. Nice. Emil at 1.2. Simon for President, 1.3. Slade is at 1.4. Little Bunny Hop at 1.5. Talks at 1.6.
Yeah.
John Edwards at 1.7.
Nice.
We got Jay Speezy at 1.8. Chase Brown at 1.9. Aiden at 1.10. My brother Joey is at 1.11. I hate David Tyree. Big Patriots fan. And Mr. Sarcastic at 1.12. There you go, League 2. If you guys want to trade around, just make your trades. And as soon as I get confirmation from both parties, I'll accept the trade. All right. So let me just give everyone a shout on Discord. And let's say we're going to start the draft right at 9:18 p.m.
I like that, good, John. Maybe not 9:18 though. I like that a little bit more. It's a little bit friskier because it's like, why didn't they just wait till 9:20?
Just wanted to round it up. So let's see here. Julian, yeah, for League 3, I'm sorry, we're still waiting for Filoni. We only have one more person we need to join. So we're just waiting. Let's see here. Zounder in the house. What's up, bro? What's up? When is our draft time for Steven? Friday night for League 1. Do you want to draft at 9 p.m. or 10 p.m.?
I said we do 10, bro.
All right, 10 p.m. Eastern time, League 1. We're drafting Friday. I forgot the date. The date, you guys know the date.
The 26th, right?
Yeah, 10 p.m. Eastern time. I'll make sure I post that up on Discord and in the league as well. Smokey, I did a 5-player parlay. It looks like Burks is going to ruin it for me. Jones, Taylor, Saquon, and Haskins already hit. No.
Burks might be throwing a lot of stuff this year.
He's not doing a whole lot tonight. All right, I'm going to just tag everybody that I haven't seen and then tag everyone on Discord. And we'll get going at 9:18, even though Steven doesn't like that start time. Prodigy, are you in here? I don't know your... I really need to make sure I learn everyone's Discord names.
A lot of tag names, a lot of aliases.
I've seen Julian, seen Derek. Steven, we're next to each other again tonight. Mark's drafting.
We're always right next to each other.
We are. I'm excited to draft with Mark tonight, man.
Oh yeah, man. Mark.
Oh, I found Prodigy. He's got a 0 instead of a O. So Prodigy and Rio Goated. Are you guys in here? And I'll just tag everyone. Then we'll kick off in just a minute here. I tagged the wrong person. All right, about to kick off.
Yeah, I'm just getting in too.
This was like a really long intro.
Dude, the intro makes it a little bit more hyped, a little bit
like
more
15. Sorry, it was like 15 minutes, guys. I'm sorry. All right, we're kicking off another live 2022 fantasy football mock draft with you guys with the Catch Fam. Emil, you're at 1.1. Whether you're ready or not, here we go, ladies and gentlemen. Let's get it going. All right, man. Why'd I have to be next to Steven all the
Hey, man, you're going to snake me on the first one.
Am I?
Well, I'm going to come right back in a second, baby.
All right, man. Oh, Prodigy's in the house. There he goes, JT.
Oh, JT going second. Tasty, tasty.
Yeah.
I like it.
Smokey goes CMC.
See, now I feel, I'm more concerned that people are gonna be watching for who I pick or not. I feel like almost like now that there's an element of trying to hide strategy. Although I don't know if I've really had any strategy so far this year.
And that's the thing with us mocking is like we can just try out a different strategy every time we mock.
Yeah.
So it's like. And plus, I don't think anyone's really sitting here, maybe other than like Spencer and like
Spencer's definitely doing it, bro.
Every single one of your draft picks.
Yeah.
All right, Henry goes at 1.4. Harris gone at 1.5. Marky Mark on the clock at 1.6.
Oh, you little devil, Mark, taking Koopa. Would you have taken him if he stayed for you?
See, this is such an interesting point.
I get Justin Jefferson's right there too.
Thank you for letting me know, Steve.
Yeah. Oh, I didn't see it at first.
It's an interesting point. Like, do I go with a wide receiver 1, which when I really want to be going running back here, or do I reach for a running back? I'll just go JJ for the sake of tonight. But now I'm looking at I don't know. I'm just so used to going running back in the first. But I talked about this the other night. Like, if you're like 1.6, 1.7, 1.8. You're put in a really unique spot where it's just hard to go running back because lately Kupp, Jefferson, and Jamar Chase, like one of those guys between 1.6 and 1.8 is going to be available. Mm-hmm. And just the potential upside at receivers, a little crazy. Hard to pass, I should say. But Steven goes with Dalvin Cook.
I like Dalvin Cook.
Derek goes with Jamar Chase. Chase, this was posted on Discord at 8 p.m. Eastern time and filled up rather quickly, like within 2 minutes at least.
Damn, Stephon Diggs. I was somehow hoping he was going to fall to me.
Oh, no way.
Yeah, I didn't really think so, but I was hoping so. One of those deals. I like Diggs almost more than Jamar Chase this year, to be honest. I'm kind of high on
consistent last year.
Yeah, he had some dud weeks though, man, when I had him last year. But that's not to talk down on him at all. I just felt like there was a couple weeks where I was like, what the hell are you doing? Especially towards the end near the championship. He had like a dud, I think.
He had week 15.
Yeah.
Week 12 and week 9.
Yeah.
And I don't think you can really be upset.
I wasn't upset with him, but no, I was
imagine the championship game, 55 points is just
I know. It's crazy.
But yeah, week 15, he could have knocked you out of the playoffs. So yeah, I mean, but 3 weeks total.
Well, I did lose that week before. I think that was when I went down.
Real Goated's in the house. What's good, bro? You got Henry at 1.4. All right, into the second round as Devontae Adams wrapped up the first round. We got Kelsey, Swift, Barkley, and Debo gone, and now we got Steven on the clock at 2.5. I don't know where I want to go after you. See, I really wanted to start tonight off like with 3 running back selections in a row, but that's just not going to happen. I'm going to go Nick Chubb, especially with the news of Kareem Hunt maybe trying to make a departure out of Cleveland.
Trying to get out of there?
Yeah.
You don't actually think he's going to get out of there, though, right?
I mean, it doesn't really appear that way. Like, yeah. Apparently he's already back, like, practicing some capacity.
I think it was, like, one of those things where it's, like, you're, like, about to, like, leave work one day. You're like, I quit. I'm out. And then, like, the next day, they're like, all right, well, like, low-key, like, can I come back to work? They're not going to let him leave.
Did you see the report that if Watson does miss the whole season that the Browns are going to go after Jimmy G?
Jimmy G. For fantasy, I don't think that has any implications, but I think that that'd be good for them. But Jimmy G hasn't really, I don't know. I don't even really think that he had anything to do with Debo last year. So I don't know if we can really
I
say
would
he's ever
say
supported
he's better
anybody.
than Jacoby Brissett at this point.
Yeah, yeah. I mean,
Or
Amari. Are you saying for Amari Cooper? I guess, or
that's really it, right? Like that's the only.
yeah,
I
I just
mean,
feel like Amari Cooper. I mean, like I don't.
Bell and
I feel like
Njoku.
he's like a deeper threat receiver, and like Jimmy G doesn't really do that.
Yeah.
I almost feel like Jacoby Brissett would do that more.
Yeah.
Like the brisket just likes to launch it up for whoever's
Yeah,
there.
he played really when you go back and watch how he played when he filled in for Tua last year.
It's
It
pretty
was
bad.
pretty bad.
It's pretty awful. I would love it if Jimmy G would go somewhere though, because I think he's a winner, and
Sure.
I'm really rooting against the Browns this year. But I, I do like a lot of their players, especially like Myles Garrett. I want to see him win. Um,
I do like Garrett. Yeah. All right, I'm just gonna go Zeke here, get him off the board. Let's see here. We got Godfather in the building. What's good, bro? First time viewer. Welcome to Catch, man. Clap hand emojis in the chat for Godfather. Welcome to it. Senior Cinnabon, what's going on, bro? How's it going? What's up, man? Ooh, going with the Hickster, Steven. I like it.
yeah, I don't think I've like ever drafted him in any mock draft before.
I don't think you have either.
Yeah.
Are you starting?
For everything.
You're just gonna start drafting players that you don't like?
No. No, I do like T. Higgins. I don't think I've ever like really taken him before. Like I like him as a player a lot. I just don't think I've ever even really targeted like a receiver two at like that third round before. And I definitely think he's the receiver two for the offense, but he's still definitely got a chance to be a top 15 receiver when the season's over.
Yeah, and traditionally, like the way I used to really do a lot of mock drafts is go out and get like two running backs of high value to start, and then try and identify like a potential top 12 receiver in the third round, and then flip around and try and find like a sleeper type guy in the fourth at running back. I didn't do that last year. Last year I just went like crazy at running back. So, I don't know. I was kind of thinking about that earlier, and I think at the end of the day, I'm just really going to probably start my draft in 12-team redraft formats with two receivers and two running backs, but the order could really be like all over the place, right? It could be receiver, running back, could be RB, receiver. It could be like tonight where I'm going receiver, running back, and then receiver in the fourth.
Well, and you would just take the strategy, right, of taking the best available at that spot, right?
Right.
Yeah.
So I'm going for a little bit more consistency overall this year. I don't want to be stuck with a heavy running back team like last year and still hit on good value with tight end and quarterback, but didn't have any receivers. I don't want to be empty anywhere.
Especially with a more of a PPR format, right? Because that's where you're getting your meat and potatoes from guys like this, and then running backs that can derive the catching platform. Like if Travis Etienne was available right now, I would have probably taken him, even though like who knows how it actually works out.
And the reports right now are that Robinson is getting a lot of touches.
I know. Dude, I do kind of want to talk a little bit about Waddle. I saw you had that sick draft the other day on Underdog with getting Tyreek Hill. That draft was sick, by the way. You posted it on Instagram.
Last night's draft?
Yeah, that was very dope. Very impressive draft. That'll probably win you some money. But I will say, like, I actually have a pretty strong feeling like Waddle's going to still be the target hog for this offense.
Well, I love Waddle, bro.
He's so sick, dude. Like, I think Tua and him just had such a chemistry. Yeah.
Oh, for sure, yeah. Hill's that, stretch the field, make the big plays, gadget plays.
Yeah.
I think he's still going to do plenty of Tyreek Hill things, but Waddle is the underneath guy.
But he's so explosive too. He's like the most he's built like an explosive rocket.
He's very fast.
So.
Yeah. And outside of like that security blanket, lots of targets, reception role.
Yeah,
they have good chemistry in the red zone as well. So I think Waddle's been a great year. I like Hill and Underdog because he brings those large ceilings on a weekly basis, and you need that in Underdog. But I like Waddle more in redraft, where you can wait 2 rounds and still land him, and especially in full PPR formats.
Mhm.
So, yeah, I love Waddle. I think Waddle at 4.5 is a great value. If he was available at 4.6, I would have gone Waddle for sure.
Yeah.
So, all right, 4th round, we got DJ Moore, Michael Williams, Scary Terry, Waddle, Metcalf, Deontay, Judy, Cooks, 2 quarterbacks in Mahomes and Herbert, 2 running backs in Etienne and Jacobs. Into the 5th, we got Renfro, Waller, and Monty off the board. Have you heard about Monty starting to split time with Herbert?
Yeah. I mean, it's
spooky.
It is very spooky, dude. I'm starting to like cut all my shares of Montgomery. Honestly, I'm starting to get very skeptical of him because like I mean, the main value to this guy was just that he's going to get so many touches. I mean, this offense is going to be complete dog shit next year. And if you're talking about now also having to split with Justin Fields in the red zone as well, and then I mean, Herbert's good, bro, but I actually think Montgomery is a really good player. Like, I liked Montgomery a hell of a lot. And I don't know why they're trying to bring in other dudes to take his job. I think he should.
I think it has to do with his, just the fear of his durability. So they're trying to get other players in there. And Herbert's good, too. I think that's another part of it. I get what you're saying. And, yeah, I'm starting to cut back on Monty shares as well. Because I'm worried about the situation, and you know me, man. I've been a huge Monty supporter, man.
Dude, wasn't he my guy last year? I swear there was nobody you rode harder than David Montgomery last year.
Him and James Robinson, I rode really hard.
Yeah, James Robinson. You like Josh Jacobs a lot last year. Yeah. And Jacobs was like a very solid guy.
Yeah, when they were healthy, all 3 of those guys were great at their value last season.
Yeah,
where you could draft
for sure.
So I got, I wasn't too far off.
No, I was morely meaning like it's like how do you feel now? Like, are you like out? Or are you still holding a couple shares and just thinking this Herbert stuff is off-season smoke?
I would take Monty at the right price and on the right roster. Like I like him as
the
an
5th round is nice. The 5th round is kind of nice,
right? Yeah, like if he fell to 5.7 there, I would consider him. I think Dylan's got a little bit more upside, but I like Monty, Mitchell, Jacobs, Dylan, Dobbins, all as RB3s, and even Gibson too, to be honest. So, and Dylan and Mitchell, I think, are probably my favorite out of that group. And Dobbins is also another guy who I think is going to start to really rise up in ADP overall, because he's really in line to be, the RB1 for the Ravens, whatever that means,
Dobbins scares me, man. Dobbins scares me too. It's shitty when like these really cool players, like you feel scared to draft them. And I just have a lot of fear. I actually think like they've got a decent amount of running backs back there, like that they could cycle in and out.
Well, sure, and
then you've got Lamar, who is like the man. So it's like, shit. But what his rookie year, wasn't he like? I remember I had him for like a couple weeks, and he was like a touchdown hog. I remember he went on like a touchdown spree where he had one like fucking every week. And it was awesome.
At the best time.
Yeah, it was sick having him.
Weeks 13 through 17, at least one touchdown. Well, really 11. Yeah. Oh, no, he didn't play week 12. So however you want to look at it, weeks 13 through 17, at least one touchdown. So.
Yeah, but then, I mean, and I don't know. It's just crazy. I wanted to tell you about this too today. I was thinking about it today when I was looking at, in our personal league, I was looking at last year's drafts for everybody. And you look at some of the players and you're just like, holy shit, I forgot he still exists and he's a human being. Like Eric Ebron. I was like, bro, Eric Ebron was like an 8th round draft pick last year. Like I was like, but it's just crazy. Like you're like, you get removed from a season of football and you're just like, whoa. Like this year there will be people that like we're just like, wait, that guy played football? And
things just change rapidly. They really do.
Yeah. Like I could see that being like if Rashad Penny really hit the fan and like just like got hurt and then like never played again. I could see that happening. Yeah, it's just wild.
Godfather says Dolphins offense going to be throwing the ball more. Waddle and Hill can both be every week starters. I agree 100%.
Yeah.
And I would say Gesicki too. David, yeah, sorry we missed you again tonight, bro. I sent you the invite early. Try to get you in here, my dude. All right. I mean, I'm not going to pass up my guy here.
Damn it. Damn you, dude.
There's just a
Damn you.
certain-
I was
there's a-
going to thank you and then, oh, God.
There's a certain point where I'm just not going to pass up Jalen Hurts. I would say, and late 7th round, beginning of the 8th, if he's on the board, I'm going to take him. So, Monty going down the drain for me, says J Dubs. Yeah, I think we're with you. Like I said, as an RB3, I'll take him. And if he can go in and get Monty, I mean, and he still land Herbert in a late round, then I don't really mind that at all. So, David says this draft is way too low at receiver. Yeah, we do they go RB heavy pretty traditionally here when we do our subscriber mocks.
Yeah.
Herbert and all QBs in AFC West valuable because the points going to be scored in those games. I agree with that. I mean, that division's going to be wild this year. Yeah, I mean, Herbert could be QB1. Still love Mahomes in the top 5. Still love Derek Carr as a late rounder. And I think Russell Wilson is probably draft-wise the most valuable out of the whole bunch because he's a candidate to, be an MVP this season.
Yeah. Isn't it wild that he, I feel like is so suppressed draft-wise?
Yeah.
And he's got a very sexy offense around him. But I'm still not willing to draft him. I'm still no. In the redrafts, I mean, I think he's going to have some huge weeks, obviously, best ball. He could have some massive weeks, but this kind of scares me, in redraft type of formats.
I do like Russell Wilson. I mean, he's going in the 8th round, 12-team mocks. So he's another guy, if he falls at the right spot, then I'll take him. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. But am I reaching for Russell Wilson? Probably not. But I still think he probably has the best value out of all 4. Well, I don't know. Derek Carr is going pretty damn late. So
yeah,
Carr is a pretty nice move as well. But I think Wilson's probably going to have a higher ceiling than Carr. Although there are some Carr truthers out there who really think Carr is really going to take a this year.
Derek, that was messed up, man. That was messed up.
Derek goes after the Seattle backfield, man.
That was jacked up, dude.
I think about where I'm going here. My receivers are no way. I got JJ on this squad. Yeah. Right, I'll go with Cook. Need some help at RB. Need some youth. All right, little bunny hop in the house. What's good, bro? Hello. Dropping my like in back to work. Appreciate you stopping by, man. What's up? Survivor fan, what's good, man? First overall pick, should I take 3 RBs or try and grab a receiver and Allen or Andrews if they're how many teams are in your respective league? And Andrews, if that's Mark Andrews.
In the 2nd round, right?
Yeah, so if you're taking 3 running backs, you're probably not going to hit on Andrews. Or try and grab a receiver and Allen. I would probably go. It just depends on how many teams you got in your league. But generally speaking, I'd probably go 2 running backs in your first picks, and then either go high value receiver, or if you want to go high value tight end, go high value tight end, and then just go for receiver depth throughout the draft. But I would say spend at least 2 of your first 3 selections, on the running back position.
Yeah.
12-team league, full PPR. So, I would probably go with 2 running backs. They're probably going to start to dry up pretty quickly after that 3rd round. And then I would either go high value receiver, if that's Keenan Allen for you, then that's fine. And if it's Andrews, it's kind of the thing, man. If you go running back, receiver, tight end, you're going to lose. You're going to be going for committees. Really what you're going to start to look at are guys like Monty, Mitchell, Dylan, Dobbins, and Ford, right? Whether it's rookies, Cook or Walker. I mean, you're just going to lose some value at running back, and it just depends on how you want to kind of piece that together overall. All right.
Dude, I tried several times to do a Mark Andrews or tight end draft, and it just never works out for me. Every time I put emphasis on the tight end, it just never seems to work out as much as I wanted to.
It doesn't feel like it ever works out for me either, man.
Yeah.
Except in Underdog drafts. But yeah, whenever we do like subscriber mocks and I go running back early, I just don't feel crazy about running back, excuse me, tight end early. I just don't feel crazy about it. But a lot of winning fantasy teams last season had Kelsey or Andrews on their squad. Not that Andrews was a necessarily an early draft pick last year, but Kelsey was, right. And
Yeah.
I could see it being the same way this year. But I'm kind of looking for, although I'm not obviously in tonight's draft, but generally speaking, I'm kind of looking for like a Goddard or a Knox or even Kittle, who's really dropped down in ADP.
Yeah.
Just someone who could potentially be like that number 3 tight end, number 2 on the season.
I love Dalton Schultz, man.
Or really even number 5, like I'd be happy with. Yeah,
Yeah.
Schultz another guy, right?
I think he's got a really good opportunity there to eat up some targets. I mean, I don't know. I mean, I have mixed feelings about Dallas Goedert, to be honest. I just don't know if Jalen.
I like Goedert. Goedert's my guy.
I do too. Like, Ben, the Eagles insider, he shared a really weird stat with me about how Jalen Hurts had like one of the worst ratings of throwing it to the middle of the field. And
Sounds like Jalen Hurts.
And I just wondered, like, is that going to be like problematic for Dallas Goedert, who's tight end and feasting over the middle primarily? So I don't know. I was a little concerned about that for sure.
I think red zone values there, right? And I like that offense as a whole. I'm going to go Tyler Boyd here for me.
Yeah, nice pick. Nice pick.
Dude,
he's so good this year. I feel like Tyler Boyd.
Well, just value.
Yeah.
I love where he's at. Godfather, I'm thinking of trying to get 2 first-round picks to scoop up 2 running backs. I like the value and depth in the mid-rounds. Wide receiver depth is deep again, and tight ends kind of crapshoot after the top 2. Yeah, I don't really disagree with those points. Gosh, there's so much trading in the Catch family right now that, it's worth trying, man. But I do think that there's some solid second-round running backs. I wouldn't, Kamara is an interesting spot.
Aaron Jones, man, I love
Jones,
Aaron
Barkley,
Jones.
Swift. I mean, really, everyone who won the second round tonight: Swift, Barkley, Jones, Chubb, Fournette, Kamara, Connor, and then even really Javonte, Zeke as well. Like any of those guys as an RB2 on your roster behind a solidified running back, I'd be really happy with. Mm-hmm. So, and even if you go high value receiver and then one of those running backs and you repeat running back in the third, I mean, I still think you're not losing too much value. I think a lot of those guys could have really good seasons. But I can't ever bring myself to draft a tight end in the first 2 rounds. Everything else lacks. I agree, man. I always want to do it, but I can't. I just don't like the final product. Real good. I'm sorry I'm not really focused on the draft. I help you. My parents, you're good, bro. You're good. No worries, man. Godfather, Kelsey was a solid second rounder last year in every draft I was in. Man, in a lot of drafts I was in, he was like a top 6 pick.
Yeah.
Yeah,
he went early last year, man.
Yeah. Lock up my boy Hunter Henry. Been waiting on him. Big run at tight end here in the 11th with Gesicki, Fearmouth, and Kmet. I like Goddard, but I don't know if I like Hurts throwing him the ball. I think the Eagles are going to have a great year, man, offensively. I like that offense a lot. So
I think they're going to win that division too. The Cowboys are kind of looking a little scary. Their defense better return value, that's for sure. Because that's what's going to hold them up.
Yeah,
they had a good draft.
So I like the Eagles, man, and I like the offense between Devonta Smith, AJ Brown, Goddard, the run game, and then Hurts as well. Offensive line's in a good spot as well. It's going to be interesting to see who else steps up. Who's the wide receiver 3. Trades are so heavy in League One. Yeah, League One is just wild, bro. Just wild. I don't even.
Dude, there's a trade every second, dude.
Yeah, as if there's a trade offer like every couple hours. How about Pitts? He feels risky for a 3rd round pick. The way I've been drafting throughout the whole offseason, drafting a tight end in the 3rd just hasn't happened for me. And I just don't see a scenario where I'm drafting Kyle Pitts. Listen, Mariota loves to feed the position historically, but the consistency from that offense, I'm just not quite sure if it's going to be there. Only scored 1 touchdown last season. Like, I think he's got plenty of room to improve. And I still like Pitts. It's just where he's going. I'm not there, to be honest. I'm just not crazy about it. All right, I have got to pick football player.
So you're not super in love with Kyle Pitts in the third or
just right. It's just at his specific ADP. You know what I'm saying?
I do think he's got a pretty good shot, like, to return that value, though, almost. Like, I think he could lock himself in as the tight end 3, like, right behind Kelsey and Andrews. But
sure,
I just think, like, draft pick-wise, yeah, I agree. Like, you're just sinking in a pretty big cost there.
Tight end 6 last year, so I mean.
Tight end 6, and, I mean, his quarterback got worse. So, you know.
And it's full, you know, PPR value is there. Like, the targets will be there. Drake London's going to affect it. And I think Brian Edwards, somebody no one is really talking about, will affect it. I think Algier and Patterson, like, there are pieces for a decent offense. But I just really what it comes down to, and Steven's right, like, the quarterback situation probably got worse. It's just where he's going. It's just not a place where I've been taking tight ends in terms of my strategy throughout the offseason. So, and I do think there's some risk. Not really with Pitts as a player, not really with his potential production, but just
I'd say the upside's kind of I'd say the upside has a risk on it, like, because if he just returns what he did last year, like, that's a failure of a draft pick. Like, if he is the tight end 6 again, like, you failed by drafting him in the 3rd round.
Sure.
Like,
sure. I would just rather, like, wait 2 or 3 rounds and get a Goddard, Ertz, Schultz.
Dude, Kittle, George Kittle, bro. Like, I get, like, all the concern about injuries, but, like,
late tonight, but he's not always necessarily going.
No, yeah.
Late, you know.
But George Kittle, like, I've seen him go past Pitts, like, almost every time. And sure. I don't know if I, like, genuinely feel like when the season's over, like, Kittle's going to be below Pitts. I just see, like, a situation where we're getting a rookie quarterback coming in with Trey Lance who, you know, can push it down the field a lot more than Jimmy Garoppolo did. But also Kyle Shanahan, I think, is going to scheme up so many plays to just get the ball into Kittle's hands and at Debo's hands. Because it's going to make it more conducive and, like, easier for Trey Lance. And so I think George Kittle's going to be a massive part of the offense next year. And I think he's more explosive than Kittle. I mean, than freaking Travis Kelce or Mark Andrews. The guy's a beast when he gets the ball, dude.
I do love me some Kittle as well. I just realized I need to pause the draft because we don't have a defense or kicker on our roster, guys.
Oh,
it was still from set up last night from J-Dubs' draft where we don't have a kicker or defense. And we have 2 extra bench spots. We'll just leave the 2 extra bench spots because that may have affected how you guys are drafting. So we'll just do that. All right, so everyone take a look at your roster. Well, wait, that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 bench spots. Maybe
this will be a good one, dude. This will be deep.
Maybe we could take one of those off. I don't think that will affect anyone too much. All right, but yeah, I was just looking to pick a defense this round, and there's no one to pick. So I had to pick very quick here. I'm just going to pick the Bills.
That's not a bad pick.
I'm gonna take the first defense off the board, which I never do. But anyways, okay. Sorry about that, guys. All right. So Senior Cinnabon, my brother, has joined, and the draft order has been set. You're at 1.1 if I remember correctly.
Yep.
Yeah. I did do that at the beginning of the stream, bro. Pitch should be solid for sure. Yeah, quarterback is a downgrade, but he's such a big target and freak athlete. Yeah, and just to kind of clarify, like, I do think that Pitts will have a very consistent year and have a good year. But I think his ceiling is a little bit capped. And I'm not in love with drafting a tight end at his current ADP. So it's really nothing to do with like I think Pitt's going to have a good year statistically and everything. But it's more so to do with where he's being taken in fantasy drafts right now. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah. All right. End of the 13th coming up here. How's everyone feeling about their drafts? Let us know. My team's turned out kind of like I'm fine with it, but it's just kind of weird. I went with Julio Jones. I've been seeing a lot
I like Julio, man.
I've been seeing a lot of clips of Brady and Julio really,
seriously,
really getting some chemistry going in training camp. And you got Godwin injuries, Evans injuries, Gage
everybody's
injuries.
dying for the Tampa Bay Buccaneers.
Everyone hates Leonard Fournette. Cedar Cinnabon at 1.3. My bad. But yeah, so I'm starting, like there's a certain point where I'm like, yeah, I'll just take a snag on Julio. Why not?
How do you feel about Nico Collins?
Houston
Texans.
I don't hate Nico Collins. A lot of people really like him. I just don't know if I'm 100% like there.
Yeah. I mean, obviously, I think you like Brandon Cooks. So there's really nobody else, that I know of that's an option.
Yeah, and did you see that the trade with the Dolphins for that tight end fell through?
I didn't see it fell through. I just saw that was ridiculous.
Well, I'm forgetting that tight end's name, but he's not bad, dude.
Adam Shaheen or whatever.
He's not bad. He last season, and I only know this because I had Mike Gesicki. There's like 2 or 3 games where he just kept getting targets and receptions instead of Gesicki. It was like driving me crazy. And he actually did something with those targets and receptions. So,
dude, it was just crazy, that they went out of their way to trade for that guy. I was just like, dude, come on, man, just embrace being the worst team in the NFL, man.
I don't know, man. The Texans could be the 3rd worst team.
I think they're going to be better than the Bears and the Falcons potentially.
That's fair.
Yeah.
Are you watching Hard Knocks?
I have not, but I've seen a lot of clips about Jamal Williams, dude.
The first episode's good. It is.
Isn't Jamal Williams the fan crush right now, dude? Because he's such a beast, anyways.
Yeah, he's got some moments for sure. But honestly, I think everyone that they kind of went through in the first episode is pretty likable, including Dan Campbell, of course. So.
Oh my gosh, he's amazing.
Yeah. Godfather says no thanks on Julio for me. Yeah, sitting at that point in the draft, there was just you're taking a dart throw regardless, and there wasn't really any players sitting around that I was in love with necessarily.
I mean, dude, if the if the O-line keeps getting beat to shreds like it is right now, I wouldn't be surprised if this Tampa Bay Buccaneers offense has to go kind of shotgun spread a little bit more just to get him a little bit more time, which is going to lead to more sets where, Julio is going to be on the field, which is definitely a nice situation. Because I think Julio, dude, I just see a very good opportunity that this guy's going to somehow score 5+ touchdowns this year in the red zone. I think Tom Brady's going to find a way to give it to him.
Yeah. I don't know, man. I'm still worried about the touchdown thing. Been a few years since he's had more than 3 touchdowns.
It's been a long time, dude. It's been a long time.
Never really been
2012.
I don't disagree.
Yeah.
I don't know. In the 12th round, if I'm feeling fine, I already got JJ, Metcalf, Mooney, Olave, and Boyd. I feel pretty solid. I'll take a dart throw, So yeah, see what happens there. Is Julio going to be on the field enough to catch 5 touchdowns? And it's just hard to say. It really is at this point in the offseason. It's just hard to say exactly what the Buccaneers are going to do. They are a team with a lot of different offensive players. And I think their biggest concern right now, like Steven is saying, is that offensive line just is continuing to lose value. And they might have to throw the football a little bit more. But it is hard to say. Man, I really like Alec Pierce. I really do. And I like
you talk about him more than I do.
Yeah, but I need a running back. I'm gonna take a dart throw at Samir White in the 16th here.
John, what are your thoughts? I want to talk about both those players that we just picked there. Actually, let's also talk about the other guy that just got paid just for fun. Let's talk about AJ Hamler, Samir White, and Sammy Watkins.
I do like Hamler, but I don't know, man. For me, with the Broncos receivers, like in the 16th round, you're fine. You're fine.
Yeah.
Whatever, But like, I trust Judy and I trust Sutton. And outside of that, I kind of want to see it on the field before I spend any capital on anybody, because I'm just not exactly sure he's going to step up and to replace Tim Patrick.
But do you see him being a guy that more than likely we see like on the waivers after he pops off for like a big like 20-point game?
I don't think he'll be consistent.
Yeah, I agree. But I do see because this guy's a flyer, man. This guy burns. Like, he's hot.
Yeah,
he's so fast. And
but really,
so
like,
Russell's gonna hit him a couple times.
When you look at
He's never done anything in his career.
Yeah.
He's never done anything really.
Except he played quarterback when everyone was on COVID.
Dude, that was awesome. That was awesome.
I'll give him that. And I think that's where this game came from.
Yeah.
If I'm not mistaken. I might be wrong on that. But I don't know. Zamir White, I'm like, he might have some weeks where he scores a touchdown. Like, that's I think McDaniels is going to use a couple, points committee approach. So, I'll take him in the 16th round. Watkins,
I don't think he might not make the team. I feel like
he'll make the team, but
Romeo Dubes. Heard some buzz about this kid.
I'd rather go Dubes. I've heard not very promising things about Christian Watson. He might not even be ready. So, I mean, I don't mind Watkins in the 16th. I don't.
Dude, I like
Dubes is the hot name.
Yeah, Dubes has been getting it done apparently, but Christian Watson, even when I was doing all the draft shit and I was looking at guys, like, I liked Christian Watson a lot, but there were a lot of people that were concerned about the transition from college to the NFL. Just playing at North Dakota State, he ran a simple route tree, and now you're transitioning from a simple route tree and playing against inferior competition to Aaron Rodgers, who cares so much about like everything you do as a rookie. I think it's going to be really tough for him to get in the good graces of A-Rod, whereas this Nevada kid who was a really good route runner in college, he might be able to do it as a rookie.
It's the other thing, man. Rodgers has come out and praised him, and I don't.
Yeah, that's
haven't heard anything about Watson.
Where did Alan Lazard go tonight? Because I think all this rookie talk and Sammy Watkins talk, if anything, just shows again, like, dude, I really think Alan Lazard could pop. Okay, wow, he's moving up. Holy shit.
9.3. Oh yeah, of course. It's still good value though.
It is still good value because this guy like literally could be like a beast this year, touchdown wise. And Tanya didn't even go tonight, did he? And it's like, well, where are these touchdowns going to go if you're not like an avid buyer of Aaron Jones? Like, who's going to catch all these touchdowns?
The problem with Tanya is he's hurt at the moment.
Yeah, but who else is going to get these touchdowns?
AJ Dillon.
Yeah, well, he will. He's going to get them. But
Aaron Rodgers rushing.
Dude, I don't know, man.
No, I like Tanyan. It's just he's hurt, so people are not really.
Do you see Aaron Rodgers not throwing like 35 to 40 touchdowns?
No, I still love Aaron Rodgers. I think he's probably the best value quarterback in all of fantasy right now.
So it's just like I don't really give a shit who's there. That guy's still probably going to catch 10 touchdown passes, which is pretty nuts.
All right, let's see here. All right, we already got tons of hands raised. Let's see what we got tonight, ladies and gentlemen. We got Herbert and Fields for Andrea with Komet. Komet's really your guy. I'm fine with that. But so I'm fine with that. Harris, Kamara, Williams, Robinson, Algier, Allen Robinson, Juju, Smith, Ayuk, Tolbert, and Pierce. So a little bit weaker at receiver, but still good value at receiver. Really good running back value throughout this draft. I mean, you got Herbert, so nothing bad to say about the quarterback room. Komet at tight end, so you're probably starting Herbert, Komet, Harris, and let's say Kamara, Robinson, and I'll say Devonta Smith, and then you're probably flexing in Javonte, Juju, or Ayuk. So then you got good depth on the bench. Buccaneers and Matt Prater's a great team, Andrea.
I think like the number one thing I gleaned from this, and also just have done like similar strategies before on this, is like if I wait on a tight end till like this round or later, like you can draft a sick team. Like you can draft
Sure,
a really dirty team.
sure.
And then Cole Kmet's a guy who we're expecting to get like a lot of targets. I mean, shitty offense, but
The targets and the receptions will be there.
I mean, there's so
And
many good
Jimmy Graham
receivers
should
in
not be
there.
stealing touchdowns this season. So,
Hopefully not. Hopefully
yeah.
not.
I like this team, Andrew. I think it's good value throughout the whole draft. Yeah, good stuff. All right, Prodigy, what we got here, man? Jackson at QB with Tua. Look at that. The double dual threat team here. Darren Waller at tight end. JT, Singletary, Rachaad White, McKissick, and Williams are running backs. So running back's an issue, I would say, outside of the fact that you got JT leading the way. But receivers are just wild here. Tyreek Hill, Keenan Allen, Jerry Jeudy, Adam Thielen, Tyler Lockett, and Claypool. So very big ceiling involved. Some good late round value. Colts defense, Young Wei Koo is fine. So I'm a little bit, like if I do draft Darren Waller, I kind of like a late round guy, even if it's Gerald Everett or Alberto, Hunter Henry, whoever it is. Someone behind him. So I'm still a little worried until we see him really fully healthy. But outside of that, I like this team. I would be really worried about the running back position. Like JT can probably score enough for 2 running backs, but you do want some support at RB2. I mean, you're starting Jackson and Waller, Hill, Allen, then flexing in Judy Thielen or Lockett, and then you're starting JT and probably Singletary, and you just have a really capped ceiling at the RB2. So this team could work, right? Because you draft this team as a receiver heavy team, you get a tight end 1, you get a QB 1, and then you play the waivers for that second running back. Like it could work, but just going into the season, I want to be confident at the RB2 spot. But outside of that, I really like this team. So. All right, let's see here. Smokey. Josh Allen at QB. Andrews at tight end. Okay. CMC, Monty, CH, Pollard,
Wow.
Williams. Deontay, Bateman, Lazard, Gage, Gallup, Galladay, Hardman, Steelers, defense, and Money Max. So you're starting Allen, you're starting Andrews, no question. Starting CMC, then you're probably starting Monty. I don't hate the running back room. But it's like you're starting CMC, right? He has to stay healthy for you on this team because they're relying on him. Then the RB2, like you're kind of swapping against defenses, the weaker defenses between Monty, CH, and Pollard. And all those guys at the moment have other running backs competing for touches. So I like this backfield more than, let's say, Prodigy's team. But at the same time, there's some concern here. So then you're starting Deontay, probably Bateman, and then you're probably flexing in Lazard or Gage. So I don't have a problem with going Gallup, Galladay, Hardman, and Williams in those later rounds. I think you needed some receiver help, and I think there's probably more value in those guys than available running backs. So I think it's a good team, but RB2 position, again, a little bit worrisome. And I don't know if the ceiling is extremely high at receiver for Deontay or Bateman, but where you're making up for that is that you have Mark Andrews and Josh Allen, and it seems he's healthy CMC. So, there's my thoughts.
RB2 is such an important position in fantasy, I feel like.
Yeah. But I do feel like in recent years, you can kind of play the waiver and have a rotating guy there. It's stressful.
Yeah, well, that's what I'm saying. You don't necessarily need the RB2 in the draft, but to go through the season, like you need an RB2.
Yeah, for sure.
So,
and it's just, having that inconsistency can be worrisome,
Yeah.
But, yeah. All right, Derek, what we got here, bro? Burrow and Knox and Everett. I'm good at that, man. Chase, Debo, McLaurin, Chark, Watson, Williams. Running back, we got Hall, Walker, Penny, Pierce, Herbert, the Bassman, and the Broncos defense. So, starting Burrow, starting Knox. You got to back up to Knox. I'm good at that. Probably starting Hall and Penny. You like locking up Seattle's backfield. Like the running back position worries me on this team, but you got good value throughout the draft. Like you could certainly, I think you could get through with Breece Hall, Walker and Penny, Pierce and Herbert. And I think Pierce is going to be like in starting lineups in fantasy by like the second or third week. So
I think Breece Hall is going to be a stud this year too.
Yeah. And a lot of people love Breece Hall. A lot of people
Kenneth Walker scares me a little bit, and especially just with the. Let me go a little further. It scares me a little bit because 2 rounds later he grabbed Rashad Penny, and I understand wanting to lock up that backfield and kind of having a strap behind that, but I almost feel like unless Rashad Penny like dies, like Rashad Penny and Kenneth Walker, like Kenneth Walker, his best opportunity is splitting work with Rashad Penny, and like DJ Dallas and those other guys are still gonna get work too. I just like, and this offense sucks like now. Like it's just like I just don't know if like what the RB used to be for Seattle is gonna be what it is going forward. If you know what I mean, like.
Pete Carroll said today he'd be comfortable with Kenneth Walker as a 3-down back, just to make things even more confusing.
What does that mean after giving the back? Like giving that they didn't give the back, but they bring back Rashad Penny, and like they clearly want Rashad Penny to be a guy too. So, and now they've said multiple times that they plan on using DJ Dallas and these other guys. So I don't know, dude.
So it's an interesting build, Derek, but you got a high ceiling at receiver. And I think Burrow and Knox, where you got them, are good values. So you're starting Burrow and Knox, probably Hall, and let's just say Penny for the sake of things, or Pierce, right? Then you have some depth at running back on the bench, although it's basically all committee handcuff situations. But then Chase, Debo, and McLaurin, like you're starting those 3 guys, no doubt. Big ceiling there. Burrow and Knox, I think, add to that ceiling. Chark, Watson, Williams on the bench are all kind of question marks till the season gets going.
Williams won't even be there.
Right. And then the Broncos defense and the Bassman. So I think it's a good team. It's just an interesting build. And I think you could say running back is concerning, but I mean, if you went out and instead of, let's say, Debo got Aaron Jones or Nick Chubb, and then the third got Mike Williams, like I would like this team a little bit more because I think Mike Williams almost brings a similar ceiling to Debo, maybe not as consistent, but still that big play opportunity on a weekly basis. And then he maybe get but the thing is, if Breece Hall is a stud, then maybe you have a better team because of Debo. So I don't know. I think it's a good team. It's an interesting build, man.
And they're the weeks that Jamar Chase scores a touchdown with that Joe Burrow combination. I mean, geez, that's a dangerous stack. Yeah. That's a very dangerous stack.
Yeah, it's a great stack. It's a good point, Steve. Yeah, I mean, is there a better stack right now? I don't know.
I was actually thinking about that. Like, what are your thoughts on Joe Burrow? Because I don't think you would take him there in a draft. I mean, like, it'd be fun to have him, but like, I have heard like that they're going to try to run it more or not have Burrow get like as many like, it's not going to be like last year. Obviously, they enforce the O-line, but like, is Joe Burrow gonna outbeat like 5 other guys? Like, is he gonna be better than Jalen Hurts? I'm not there.
Yes.
I mean, he got drafted before Lamar Jackson in this one.
Joe Burrow could be QB1.
You think he could be QB1? You think he could be QB1 with no rushing upside?
I'm just joking, but I do think he could break the top 5. So Burrow and Hurts for me are in the same position. There's a point in the draft where I won't pass them up, but they're getting it done very differently. I mean, I don't care. Like at the end of the day, man, if the Bengals are playing from behind, if they want to take the lead, as much as I do think the run game will be good, I think the offensive line will help improve the run game. At the end of the day,
why is Herbert going before Burrow?
There's plenty of reason why. Yeah.
You think?
Yeah. I mean, statistically, over the last 2 years, what Herbert has done is ridiculous.
I mean, he's great. I'm just saying, like,
it's better than what Burrow's done. Yeah. And I mean, I can still get the point that you're starting, but some of like Herbert's individual stats from his first 2 seasons are just ridiculous.
Yeah.
But Burrow's in a very
best quarterback in the league, man.
Burrow's in a very similar situation, like offensively on paper, and has like I won't be surprised going into next season if we're saying like Burrow in the top 3 next to Allen and Herbert in that conversation with Mahomes, and then all the guys rushing upside like Jackson Murray and Hurts. So yeah, at the end of the day, for me, there's a point with Burrow and Hurts where I won't pass up on them. But it's just kind of like, do you want a quarterback with rushing upside? Is that more valuable in your league? Is that more valuable to you? Do you want a Hurts, or do you want a guy who's going to sit in the pocket and throw the football like a Joe Burrow? They're getting it done different ways, but I think either Hurts or Burrow could finish in the top 5 without a doubt. So yes, I'm a huge fan of Burrow, and he's just one of those players that like
you wanted your team. You just want
to watch. You just enjoy
watch.
Right. You just enjoy having him on your fantasy team because he's
like, I don't want Kyler Murray on my team because I just hate him. Like, I just hate him now, and I just don't want to watch this guy.
Fair. Poor Kyler. All right, Emil. What we got here? Oh wait, J-Dubs. We got J-Dubs. Okay. Carr at QB in the 9th round, a little late round action there. Pitts in the 3rd. Mixon, Swift, ETN, Spiller, Gainwell, Robinson. Good late round backs. Why not? And I think good early round backs. Hollywood Brown, Davis, Moore, Hopkins, and Kirk. And then Palmer. So really this run at receiver, like I was watching this during the draft. I was like, gosh, he's just getting really good value. I think Kirk, his injury, it's just minor, so I think he's still fine. Palmer, why not? He's a handcuff. I mean, clear front runner for number 3. He's a handcuff to Mike Williams or Allen,
Mike Williams is going to get hurt at some point.
Right. Yeah. McManus and the Packers defense. This is just a good, solid build. Good late round QB build. Yeah, I like this team, man. Nothing really else to say about it.
Yeah.
It's a good build, good late round value on this team. A good build for early QB or early running back with the tight end thrown in and late round QB. So it's a good spot.
You know what J-Dubs should have done there?
Huh.
Should have looked at who was drafting after him and not grabbed Kyle Pitts there, in my opinion. You see why? You know what I mean?
I mean, I like ETN more than Akers.
Well, yeah. I guess what I'm just saying is, like, I feel like you could have waited another round. But I don't know if you would have really wanted DJ Moore or Cam Akers.
If you wanted Akers or more, then yes. The point is very valid. I don't think Julian was going to go Kelsey, then Pitts at 3.
I haven't been doing that as much this offseason as I did last year. Last year I was very methodical and always looking at who was in front of me. And this was a clear example to me of wow, if you look in front of you, you can kind of tell okay, they might not pick back-to-back top 3 tight ends.
Sure. All right, let's see what we got. A meal on the board. Where's Emil? 1.1. Kyle Murray and Aaron Rodgers is great. Ertz and Gesicki. Eckler and Connor, Carter and Stevenson. Evans, Cooks, Renfro, Landry, Dotson, Mostart, Harrison Butker, and the Saints defense. So I don't see any issue with this team whatsoever. It's there's nothing crazy about this team. There's nothing bad about this team. Everything's there,
Yeah.
So probably starting. Let's just say you're starting Kyler, week 1. Starting Ertz, get a little stack. Eckler and Connor, a lot of Arizona stock here. Starting Evans, and for fun, let's say Renfro, and then you're flexing in probably Cooks. So then you got some running back depth with Carter and Stevenson. Then you got Landry and Dotson. Saints defense and Harrison Butker. Then a late rounder and Mostart. I just even across the board. So I like this squad. How do you feel about that Saints defense?
I like them a lot. I'm rising on them every week, honestly. They're going to be very dirty next year, dude. I feel like a lot of people are starting to like the Saints. I think it's just the Jameis Winston effect. Everybody just likes Jameis Winston. He's funny.
Jameis is the reason for the season.
I think a lot of people like Chris Olave too, but that defense is ferocious, and they're just so. I don't know if it was ever since the Bounty Gate, but every time I watch that defense, I just feel like I see them hitting harder and longer than every other defense. They're a nasty bunch of guys, dude.
I like them a lot, man.
Yeah, they're dirty, dude. I
They're
definitely think
year.
they're gonna return value.
They're gonna have a good year. All right, Julian. Let's see here. Cousins and Lawrence. Okay, fine with the late round build with Cousins. Kelsey and Albert. Okay. Adams, Moore, Cooper, Wilson, Woods. Akers, Gibson, Harris, Edmonds, Jones. Rams defense and Rodrigo. So
Rodrigo.
Rodrigo. The high value here is at early round receiver and tight end. And the running back room scares me. I'm not going to lie to you. So you're starting Cousins, you're starting Kelsey, starting Adams and Moore. And you're probably flexing Cooper or Woods. Maybe Wilson once the season starts going. And then running back, you're starting Akers and Gibson. Probably. And you could probably float in Harris and Edmonds too. So it's just, I don't think this build is bad, but running back, you're going to have a rotating door.
Yeah.
Which you can afford, you can get through with a rotating door at running back, but that would be my only note. Yeah.
Yeah. And I see the comment about Gibson at RB25 is fairly insane. John, I know, I feel like we've gone back. Like I've asked you this question probably in a variety of ways, but like, I still feel like at round 5, I'm scared to draft Antonio Gibson. Like, I still feel like I need him to fall to like round 7, like Miles Sanders range for me to feel like comfortable.
Yeah. And earlier in the draft, we kind of hit on it, right? Like he's an RB3 for me. So if I have 2 running backs in front of him and he's available and it makes sense for my roster, I'll draft him all day long. But there's just a big question mark around that backfield right now. So
yeah.
Could it pay off if you stack up at value other places and then take them as an RB2 for your roster or an RB1? I would feel pretty shaky, but could it pay off? Sure. I mean, anything could pay off in fantasy, right? I just would be more confident as an RB3 personally. So, all right, Marky Mark. What's up, Mark? We got Mark back on. Let's go.
Mark.
Brady and Matt Ryan, Matty Ice at QB. Good at that. Hawkinson at tight end. I would make a note with Hawkinson. For whatever reason, I just like someone else at tight end on the team. I'm still worried about the shoulder injury, but that might just be me. But I'm still fine with just drafting T-Hawk. You could always play the waiver during the year to find that second tight end if anything pops up for him, right? Kupp, Pittman, Thomas, MBS, Jones, Myers, Watkins. So good value at receiver throughout the draft. Fournette, Jacobs, Patterson, Hendo, good value running back throughout the draft as well. So you're probably starting Brady, Hawkinson, Kupp, and Pittman, Fournette, and Jacobs. So it's a good build because then your flex, you can have MT, you can have Patterson, you can have Hendo, or any of those receivers you drafted 10th round forward. Cowboys defense and Danny Carlson. Yeah, I think this team would work.
I'm going to say Mark actually pissed me off in this draft a lot because I was waiting for Tom Brady after Jalen Hurts got sniped in front of me. So by an unnamed person. So I both my quarterbacks got sniped.
Let's go.
Me
and Mark sniping.
Yeah, you and Mark quick scoped me across the map.
All right, man. Mr. Sarcastic came through. What's up, man? Let's see. Okay, the chat's been popping since we've been going over teams. Do you like waiting on a quarterback around 9 to 10? Asked Andrea. I kind of like the mid area a little bit more. And if you don't hit on one of those mid guys, Hurts, Jackson, or Murray to some degree, Brady, Prescott, Wilson, Rodgers, well, then really just go into the next tier. Carr, Rodgers, Stafford. I'm fine with any of those guys. Trey Lance somewhere in there as well. I like those 2 tiers a little bit, wherever they are.
In my bedroom, I have photos all over my bed place of Trey Lance with no shirt. I love Trey Lance.
Yeah.
That is my guy right there.
Hey, we got John Simmons in the house. Of course we remember you. What's good, bro? Hello.
What is that, dude?
Hello. All right, so let's take a look at Steven's team. Lance and Stafford, I like that. I like that a lot, man. Be straight with you.
I was
I
happy
like
to get Staffy.
I like Lance with Stafford behind him, right? There's really no risk, right? You got a nice consistent floor and ceiling in Stafford. I'm not worried about the injuries. He's always had injuries.
Yeah.
And then Trey Lance brings you that nice ceiling, that potential rushing quarterback to break into. Yeah. I like that, man. Schultz at tight end. Yeah, I can tell. Schultz at tight end. I'm good at that, man, all day long. Yeah. Cook, Jones, Sanders, Gordon, Madison, Mack. I think good value at running back throughout the whole draft. I'm very low on Marlon Mack right now. Like Dameon Pierce, yeah. I am of the strong belief that Pierce is the RB1 for Houston. I'm sticking by it. But if you felt like you wanted more depth, then whatever.
That was the only reason for it. I didn't have anybody else to pick there.
Higgins, Waddle, Godwin, Pickens, Jefferson, Hamler. I think good receiver value. The Patriots defense. Look at Steven, no kicker. I guess Steven doesn't like kickers.
I've been sacrificing them on the chopping block, dude, because I just remember when putting the kicker videos together every week, it was always guys that either you didn't hear about during the draft, or every week it was just got to exploit the the matchup, very similar to defense. So shit, like the Eagles, Jake Elliott, he's never drafted.
Yeah. And guess who else is never
so good? He's so good.
Guess who else is never drafted? It's driving me crazy. Chris Boswell.
Yeah, Chris Boswell, the boss man, bro. He never gets taken, dude. He's a monster.
He is so low, and I can't look at ratings. He's so low.
Daniel Carlson never gets taken either. I don't think I've seen. Oh, actually, yeah, he does. Yeah,
gets taken very quickly.
Yeah. He does.
But Elliott and Boswell and Zerline's another, because Zerline is with the Jets now.
Jets now. Yeah, with the Jets, and I think that offense is going to be improved.
Sure. Yeah. So yeah, you make a good point, but
McManus could have a huge jump this year.
Yeah.
McManus was a beast back in the day when that offense was good, and he's got a leg on him, dude. I think that guy's going to be in multiple kicker videos this year because with that new offense, man, very good. And another kicker, the Tampa Bay kicker, Ryan Suckup, I believe, is the guy for him. He is so good in terms of just being so consistent with his extra points and everything. He's a really safe floor, but now with this offense maybe not being as great as it was last year, I think maybe they need his leg a little bit more. But I'm just getting excited about kickers, man. Just getting excited about kickers. Let me rank your team here. So starting off with the guy you took from me, Jalen Hurts. Amazing. I do think he's going to be a guy that he's just going to be a great fantasy gem this year. And then running back, you got Nick Chubb, Zeke Elliott, A.J. Dillon, James Cook, Zamir White. I actually like the only guy I didn't totally love there is just like I thought with – actually, no, I like them all here. Those are all good picks. Zeke Elliott, I go back and forth on, but I feel like I'm reading too much into the situation. I think he's going to be same old Zeke. I just feel like they're just trying to tell me Tony Pollard's the future, but in reality, it's Zeke for now.
Sure.
And then you got Hunter Henry at tight end. I don't know how he falls every single time that far, but I think he's going to be really good. And receivers, you got a lot of good receiver talent here. Justin Jefferson, DK Metcalf, Mooney is going to be a beast this year, I think. Chris Olave, huge upside value. Tyler Boyd. He's going to have some really good moments this year. And Julio Jones, Kendrick Bourne. I think you got like really good receiver. I would say receiver is probably your strongest position. That's my take. I do like your first three running backs. But like, where did Nick Chubb finish in PPR?
13.
That's the only concern. But like, I was looking at the guys that went after that, and like, I mean, Alvin Kamara, Leonard Fournette, maybe. Alvin Kamara, I'm just not drafting in mock drafts because until that shit gets figured out, which maybe
it's not going to get figured out until after September 13th.
Yeah, so that's what I mean. Like,
September 29th.
Let's say you had to draft him there, which you chose not to. Like, can you draft him and feel like, okay, like I can go out of the second round and potentially have a guy who's going to be gone the back half of the season? Like,
that's
scary to me.
Still like Kamara a lot. mean, missed 4 games last year, still RB 8 in PPR. I'll say it 100
But just
times.
losing him
But
at that
yeah,
pivotal role, it's just
I like him as an RB2 more. And
yeah.
I just kind of took Nick Chubb for fun because the Kareem Hunt stuff. But realistically, in PPR, I probably like Connor and Fournette more, and Kamara.
Yeah.
So I don't think it's an unfair point at all.
Yeah.
Receiver definitely the strong point on this team. Went for a value quarterback, a value tight end. But I think this running back room could be serviceable, especially if I'm relying on the receiver upside, which I think is there. So, and then I kind of went for positional value at defense and kicker, because I have a strong feeling that Bourne and White would fall out. So, and
you got really good talent at those positions for sure.
When I was drafting in the 13th and 14th, I was looking at the board. It's like there's just nobody that I want. So it's just like I'll just go defense and kicker and get it.
Well,
get
John,
out of the way.
when we were talking about it before the draft, but we were talking about opening night, Bills Rams. First off, going to be amazing. That's going to be an amazing game. But further than that is like I was talking about how neither of these defenses really excite me, especially early in the season. Defenses just really are not up to speed as much as the offenses are, and so like you're going out and you're drafting the Rams and you're drafting the Bills, but you're basically. I think you're going to have way better options like to stream week 1. And I know you and I historically have liked to stream. So it'll be interesting to see. Like, I'm curious to see if you do that. I don't know who the Pats play week 1, but
I would say if I do draft a defense that early, it would have to be that situation where I'm just looking at the board and I don't like anyone available.
Yeah.
And I just picked the Bills,
Yeah.
But I would say I'm definitely leaning towards streaming like usual. And my last 2 picks will probably be a defense and kicker. But there's a point where if the Bills, Saints, or Colts are sitting there.
I like the Colts a lot, dude. They got a shitty division, dude.
I'll tell you, man. I've been talking about this a little bit on the streams lately. I like the Cowboys because their strength of schedule is really good. Oh, man, I can't pull up other defenses. But the Browns to start the year have a really favorable schedule. The Eagles have a really favorable schedule. The Broncos, the Ravens.
I talked about the Browns in my defense video. I talked about how they have like the most favorable early start to a season amongst like all the defenses. Like they play like some really dog shit offenses to start the year off. Then you can cut them like Swiss cheese and move on elsewhere. I think they play the Chargers like week 5.
Yeah, I think the Bengals have a pretty favorable starting lineup too. Oh my gosh, Senior Cinnabon and Jay Speezy. I just looked at your guys' trade. What am I even looking at?
Dude, people are like 15th round draft picks. It's like, what is going on?
No, there's literally how many picks are involved here? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14 picks involved. All right, if you guys give me, Senior Cinnabon and Jay Speezy, need confirmation from both sides. Looks like Cinnabon has given me enough confirmation. But if you guys do a trade in your league, whether it's picks at this point in the offseason or if it's picks during the year, I just ask for confirmation on both sides. Once I get it, and if the trade gets accepted and you guys both automatically hop in the chat and just confirm it on both sides, I'll approve it. But I like to have that extra step just in case. I did see a comment from Kicks for Mike. What's good, bro? I appreciate you hopping in the stream tonight. Saquon early second at 8 to 10 man over Swift and Jones is a reach. Well, this is a 12-man mock, but I will say, man, I don't think it's necessarily a reach just because there are enough Barkley truthers out there. If you really look around the fantasy community, if you look around fantasy rankings, if you look around discussions on Twitter and Instagram, trust me, man, people are going to take Barkley over a lot of running backs this season. Yeah. There are a lot of Barkley truthers. It's going to be a different offense. The offensive line is improved. The argument you're going to see a lot is if people are high enough to take if people are high enough on CMC to take him at 1.1 and not worried about injuries, then why can we not take Barkley early as well? So I get it, man. I would probably draft Swift before Barkley.
Yeah.
but Swift is also pretty volatile in terms of injury.
Dude, yeah, super.
Jones, I haven't been drafting a lot just because I like AJ Dillon's value. But
Dude, how are you gonna talk shit about Aaron Jones, bro?
I'm not. No, I love Aaron Jones.
Me and Aaron Jones are gonna show up at your crib and kick your ass.
That'd be terrifying.
No, now what you should have said is me and AJ Dillon and his thighs are gonna show up to your house.
I'll have Dillon at my house. Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, that would be terrifying if you showed up to my house with Aaron Jones beat me up. But no, I love Aaron Jones. But the way I look at things draft wise is if I can wait till the 5th round and get AJ Dillon, then I'd rather do that and then get someone else in the 2nd round. But yeah, you'll to my point, you'll see Barkley drafted early this year, man. You will. The closer and closer the season comes, trust me. All right, so and appreciate you hopping in the draft, man. Hop in the stream, I should say. So, all right, so I'm gonna go ahead and accept this. This is the wildest. I'm gonna pull up this trade on here real quick, then we'll start to wind down the stream. So, appreciate you guys being with us.
While you're doing this, I gotta say to Jerry, I saw the love about Top Gun. Top Gun was probably one of my favorite movies I've seen, especially in the theater, and it's crazy to say it, but I actually think it might get nominated for movie of the year, dude. It was nuts, bro. So I had to throw a little movie talk in there. And I also heard Brad Pitt's name, and I don't know what I like seeing more, Brad Pitt or Trey Lance.
Okay. This is the craziest trade I've ever seen.
Oh my gosh.
So, okay. Senior Cinnabon's getting... So you guys are swapping your 1st and your 10th and your 11th and your 12th and your 13th.
What the fuck?
Am I reading this right? So
they traded all their picks. They traded all their picks.
Looks like. Yeah. I mean, I like it. Okay. Well, I'm accepting it. You guys both gave me confirmation, so there you go. Whatever. You guys' world. I'm just living in it, bro. So yeah, they basically just traded draft spots. Okay. I like it. We're trading draft positions, says Justin. Okay, fair enough. I was just just trying to get a grip on it. Everyone got me straight. I like it. All right, ladies and gentlemen, what's up, Devin? Good to see you here at the end of the draft. Jerry popping in here too. Was good, bro. So we'll go ahead and wind it down, man. Another great stream in the books, another great draft in the books. Thank you guys all for being here tonight. Of course, Julian, J-Dubs, Albert, Derek, Marky Mark, Andrea, Real Goated, Smokey the Cat, Prodigy, Emil. Appreciate you guys drafting with us tonight. Everyone else who stopped by, everyone else who hopped in the live chat. Let's see here. Godfather, Jason Kenobi, Devin, Jerry, Senior Cinnabon, Kicks for Mike. Who else do we have stop by? Little Bunny Hop was in here. Chase Wellner. Appreciate you guys, man. Oh, by the way, if you guys are a member of the channel, there's 2 new emojis you guys can use in the chat. So to end out the stream, can you guys spam the chat with the new emojis? Those of you guys who are members, because they're pretty good, and I want Steven to see one of them. So let's go. Underdog Friday is tomorrow. That's right, J-Dubs. There we go. Look at Steven's face. Look at
I saw that one pop a little earlier. Wait, but dude, it's coming up on my. Why is it coming up on my screen? It's just like text log.
It's something to do with your laptop.
Okay, yeah, because I'm doing it on my phone now, dude. Because I saw that earlier and I thought he had turned into a bot or something, but now I'm seeing it and it's just so much better. This is amazing.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, this is brilliant.
Yeah. So there you go.
Steve Belichick, dude. Steve Belichick.
Oh, you didn't know we had a Steve Belichick emoji? Yeah.
Oh gosh, you gotta have Steve
That's
Belichick.
Old. Yeah, that's one of the original ones. So yeah, League One is drafting 10 p.m. Eastern Time, August 26th. Let's go. I'll make sure to get that out on Discord and everything too. I'm excited for that, man. That's gonna be a fun draft. I leave for vacation the next day, so that's gonna be a good way to kick off like my vacation week and everything, man. So
our vacations are very similar.
They are, man. They are. All right, so that'll wind it down. So that'll do it for tonight. Y'all know what to do, man. Hit that like button on the way out. Hit that subscribe button if you're new to the channel. Thank you guys for hanging out tonight. Thank you to everyone who stopped by. I may or may not be running a second stream tonight. I was like nonstop today. I'm very tired. I originally planned on doing so, but I'm at least going to take an intermission and let you guys know. I have to get a video filmed as well, so we'll see what happens here. So That'll do it for this current stream. And yeah, love you guys, love the community, love the Catch fam. Hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, and check out all the links down below. Follow us on Twitter, follow us on Instagram. Make sure to join our Discord if you guys are not already members, as the best way to get community updates, for me to communicate with you guys, and to get our mock draft invites. That is the only place they are posted. So that'll do it, man. Steven, you want to say anything on your way out, my dude?
Love you guys, getting hyped for this draft, man. Ready to kick some serious ass. Last year I got smoked. So, John, we both need to do better this year. So let's get it done, man.
I at least was in the Toilet Bowl championship.
And I will say this: if anybody can get John to commit to a trade in the season, I mean, I don't know if there's enough money to give you, dude. John has never accepted a trade in his entire lifetime.
The only way I'll do a trade, which I have done in my 20-man league, is if I'm at
flex.
Well, if I'm at a position.
That was a terrible trade too, actually. Dude.
Well, no, I needed a starting quarterback. I didn't have a starting quarterback.
Yeah.
So, but that just doesn't happen in a 12-team league, you know?
Yeah.
There's someone on the waiver. That's the only time I've ever done a trade is when Tua was hurt last year and I needed a quarterback. And there's my opponent picked up 3 quarterbacks on purpose. And then he messaged me, I don't know this guy, and tried to force me into a trade, tried to get me to trade away valuable players to him for a quarterback. And I was just like, nah, I'm good.
Fantasy's brutal, dude.
So fantasy's it's a good time, man, for sure. So yeah, if you guys do get me to do a trade, I will say it'd be pretty impressive. So let's go. There we go. I'm excited to draft, man. Can you believe it, man? We are we're talking about drafts. So it's Thursday. We're exactly 1, 2, 3, 4 weeks away from NFL kickoff, man. That's wild. It's wild. All right.
Coming up.
That'll do it, man. Love you guys. Hit me up if you guys need anything. And great stream, great draft. I'll talk to you guys tomorrow, maybe tonight. So with that, I got nothing else to say. Thank you guys so much for watching and or listening. And remember, you saw it here on The Catch. And peace.